Ay, ay, ay. All right. Hi, Bruno. Where was I? Uh, Serious question. Okay. We're back to seriousness. Straight face on. Here we go. Creativity. Creativity is fucking dying. I said it. I said the bad word too with it. Yeah. Creativity is not going where it needs to be right now, in my opinion. Whether it's AI, whether it's people not being able to take risks because of financial reasons, or just something completely different that my dumbass doesn't really know yet. But my question is, why does everything feel the same right now? Why is that? Let's go to yapping point number one, shall we? Yapping point number one, AI. Oh my god, AI. I mean, I'm assuming some of you are a little bit weird like me, just a little bit, and you scroll YouTube shorts, like that is cocaine, okay? TikTok is vaping, Reels is hard cigarettes, and then YouTube shorts, like we're doing meth over here. Like Jesus Christ, we gotta tone it down a notch. The amount of AI slop that I see on this is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And I'm not saying it's all bad. Some of it is hilarious. Some of it is so funny, and I catch myself laughing at it. I'm like, why am I laughing at that? That doesn't really make any sense, but it's funny. I don't care. But that is an issue in itself because you have an algorithm feeding another algorithm just a bunch of slop, and then it's kind of like an echo chamber where you're not getting anything else other than what the AI already knows is successful. Because what you got is you got somebody that's typing up on their computer. Could be a Reddit mod, could be someone like me. I don't use AI, but if I did, I'd probably look like a Reddit mod using it. You know, a little and type me a response to. But yeah, that's the point, right? It's scary the fact that anyone can make content, even me, right? And my content doesn't look good. It's not going to look good. That's fine. But when you're scrolling YouTube Shorts, it's all the same. Every last bit of it is the same. I remember like 2 years ago, this wasn't AI generated, but this is an algorithm issue. All I saw was like dancing grapes and dancing strawberries. I don't know if anyone remembers that. Like, it's something that a toddler would do, and I was also there, like, sucking my thumb, like, yeah, like, this is good stuff. This is good stuff over here. And that was a YouTube Shorts thing. Um, but yeah, that's something completely in itself. AI is perpetuating the same slop over and over again, and everyone is seeing the same stuff on YouTube Shorts. Instagram, it's not as bad. TikTok, I don't really know what's going on over there. There's like censorship and stuff, so I'm kind of omit that for now. But Instagram is a lot of Epstein AI right now, just like Epstein, Trump, Biden AI. And don't get me wrong, it's funny, but when does it end? Do you remember? Here we go. I'm nostalgia baiting over here. But do you remember when there were like rap battles between Trump and Biden? Like, and there were just people, dressed up. You can do that with AI now. That's completely gone. And I think it's probably done better with AI too. And it hurts my soul saying that. It absolutely hurts my soul saying that. But it's true. And I think that's the direction that we're going in. And you can call that creative, but really all it is some genius just on their keyboard typing that in. And I'm not taking any credit away from them, but I feel like when you had the rap battles, you had the whole makeup department, you had people who actually know how to rap. And this, it's all AI. Additionally, point number two with AI only knows what we know. I just sound super big brain there, or not so big brain. I don't know. But it's going to perpetuate the same stuff over and over again because it's learning off of stuff that humans are doing. So whatever a human likes, it's going to do the same exact thing, and it's going to pander the hell out of that. Absolutely pander it. And once again, some people might like that. Some people might say, like, this is what I want in my algorithm. I want the same thing over and over and over again. But don't you think that gets a little monotonous? A little bit old? I think so. And I think a lot of people are experiencing this too. Point number two, Everything creative right now is political. I'm probably the most apathetic person you'll ever meet. I am the least political person you'll ever meet. The most political thing I've said is that I'm gay. Whoa. Crazy, right? I don't know if that's true. I'm still questioning. But there's some really good ways to talk about things without being inherently political. If you go on Instagram Reels, there's a lot of leftist, rightist, centrist. I don't know. I don't even know what the political spectrum is. There's a lot of people just screaming and shouting, hey, do this, do this, do this. I think, in my opinion, that's where creativity should come in. What do I mean by that? Well, let's take something like Red Dead Redemption 2, a game that is beloved, okay? And we can also take Heated Rivalry because I love that too. I love that so much. No reason why. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a game about honor, integrity, and being a bad man and trying to have the honor to be a good person in a bad situation. He's in a gang, but he's still doing stuff like Robin Hood type shit. And I think that's cool for Arthur Morgan. And high art form like that, I'm calling a video game high art here. Yes, we're going there. High art like that gets someone thinking about what they want in their life, what they want in the world, more so than someone screaming at you on your feed, doing whatever. I think that's so much more effective. And I think just screaming and crying does the exact opposite of what something like Red Dead Redemption 2 or Heated Rivalry does. Heated Rivalry, I mean, I don't think there's been anything more impactful to, 2026 so far than Heated Rivalry. Like, there's full-on parties. Like, there's Heated Rivalry parties and disco parties, and I don't know, there might as well be Heated Rivalry laser tag, right? Where you do laser tag and then kiss each other after. That sounds awesome to me. But yeah, I think Heated Rivalry. Oh my god, what the hell is that? I don't know if you heard that, but there's like a squirrel up above me or something like that. But where was I? Heated Rivalry is another high art form where it highlights a very, 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 very specific point of society where gay men are not out of the closet for sports, right? I mean, just think about it statistically. I don't know what the exact statistics are. When I'm walking around a city, I see a few gay people. And think about how many people are in, playing professional soccer, professional football. There's got to be at least 10, right? 10 is lowballing. No pun intended. 10 is lowballing. Like, there's got to be some people there that are, doing gay shit. And I'm all for it. But they're not seen. And maybe that's out of respect for the game. I don't know. But Heated Rivalry, I think, touched upon that in an impactful way, in a way that wasn't necessarily calling someone out politically. And I think it got people on both sides being like, yeah, like, being gay is cool. Being gay is okay. But then we go back to where creativity comes into this. Okay. Where is the escapism in creativity now? I think of 90s and 2000s, like your 28 Days Later, which is still somewhat political, but not inherently political. And then Anaconda, 1997 Anaconda was amazing. I just saw Primate, which is like a creature feature for a horror movie creature feature. And it is awesome. It is so, so good. All it is just a monkey going around killing things at a party. And that's peak. That is diamonds, right? But that's all it is at a surface level. You're digging 2 blocks down in Minecraft and you're finding diamonds there. But that's all there is. Okay? And that's fine. Like, I think we need more escapism in a world we live in like this. When everything is political. when everyone is trying to pull you on one side, I think you get people that just want to separate themselves from it, that just want to be apathetic and not really care. Like, oh, whatever happens, happens. And that's an issue in itself. Because I'm not going to go, like, get on my high horse and be like, oh, yeah, democracy, blah, 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 right? But it's true. You can do so much to try and make people active in a democracy, and it becomes too much. And then you lose the escapism that people had originally to just make stuff that was fun. Okay. I think Primate is a perfect example of what we need more of. And shout out to Primate. Like, I'd go play a monkey right now. Oh, let's not say that. Pause. I didn't mean it like that. Yeah, because right now all escapism is people taking some alcohol, taking some booze, and drinking themselves to death. In the game, of course. In the game, you know. But that's really all it is. So, what do I mean by when I say creativity is dying? Okay, you just made it past 9 minutes, give or take, and I'm just yapping over here. We haven't gotten to the creativity is dying part. Creativity is dying because people are doing creative things as a means to an end rather than just for the sake of doing it. When was the last time anybody, just, did something that was like, hey, like, I'm going to make this video game. I don't care if anybody likes it. It was Hideo Kojima with Death Stranding. He had a lot of political things to say, but he did not care if he made any money on that thing. And I think that's an issue. And I'm not going to target capitalism or anything like that, but people don't want to take risks anymore. People just want to be fed the same slop over and over and over again. And I think that puts creatives in a corner where they don't really have a choice, where they go off their merits and they just make the same stuff over and over and over again. And it gets stagnant. And then it gets stagnant politically too, where nobody goes anywhere. So if you want to say something different. That's what I would say. That's my position. If you want to say something, do something like Heated Rivalry did and highlight a point in society that is not necessarily being highlighted right now. Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a lot like Watch Dogs, I'll be honest, but it hasn't been done in the gaming space yet. I think that's amazing. I think that people need to recognize that your upbringing does not define what you can do as a person. And that is an important message in America. That's an important message in any Western society. And Eastern too, just globally. But creativity is dying because people just simply aren't being creative to be creative anymore. That's my position. And AI is not helping it at all. And neither is the political climate. So what can we do? What can we do about it? I don't fucking know. Look at me, dude. I'm a dumbass. I'm literally talking to a camera right now with Bruno Fernandez next to me. I really don't know what to do, but it scares me. It does scare me. And maybe I'm over exaggerating. Maybe I'm in my feels right now. Wah, wah, wah. But it's true. I think that once you lose your creative apparatus in society, you lose a lot of people's escapism and you just drift into madness, absolute madness. That's how Civil War happens, is you don't have distractions anymore. And look, there's healthy escapism and then there's escapism like what I said before, drugs, and there is a drug epidemic because people are so afraid. I think there's damage mitigation where you have the creative aspects that people say stuff but not really saying anything, that are just fun, that are escapists, that makes a society function. And I'm getting really existential here. I don't know. It's like 10 o'clock where I am right now. I'm probably waking up everyone in my house, but that's okay. I'm 19 years old and I'm afraid. To quote Arthur Morgan, I'm afraid. It's a scary, scary, scary world that we're coming up in. And I'm not really sure what to do about it. And I'm venting now, but that's the truth. I think when we go back to the algorithm, this is my last point. Going into the algorithm, the heated rivalry situation, I think 95% people are like okay with gay. And I mean, yeah, like I feel like that's pretty obvious. You should be. But if you, for whatever reason, if you have a political or you're anti-gay and you're kind of a loser, but that's just like the morals that you stand on, you're not you're gonna die on that hill alone. That's fine. Like you have a right, you have an ability to not watch that show. You have the option to click on it and nothing happens. Or something happens. Or you can just scroll past it like, nah, that's not really not for me. I don't want to watch hot dudes kiss. When I want to watch that, okay? But my point is, when you go into the algorithm, Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, they're feeding you shit and you're just eating it up. So I'm okay with YouTube Shorts showing me hot dudes kissing. Believe me, I'm more than okay with that. But I think if you have someone in that cowboy hat going, oh my god damn it, there's gay guys on my feed, not in this household, god damn it. That's where you get some contingency. That's where you get some friction. Contingency. I use that word like not in the right place there, but that's fine. There's some friction there. And I think, let me put my tinfoil hat on. That's on purpose. That's how you get interactions in social media. Is you intentionally feed it to people that are gonna disagree with it, right? Because if you're liking it, all you're gonna do is you're gonna like it, and then you might not comment on it, and then all the comments are just like, "Oh, this shit's gay." Like, yeah, no shit, it is. Okay, but that's my point. Is we need creativity in a form that is almost like a Trojan horse, where the main story is what the main story is, and then you extract the information and your political motivation out of it, not political motivation at the forefront and then story at the back. That's what we need to do. That's how we manage to glue the society back together, is through media, is through human-made media, not the same algorithms feeding into other algorithms that are just gonna, generate more interactions, whether it's agreement, disagreement, hate speech, whatever, right? That is the main issue. And I I don't really know what to do about it other than just yell at a camera, right? There's really not much else we can do about it other than just be creative. Tell the stories that need to be told in a meaningful way, but make the stories first. That's what Heated Rivalry did, and they did it excellently. Excellently. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, that's all I want to talk about. I'll be posting more videos completely unrelated to this. I don't know if people will end up watching this, but I'm a big gamer too. So maybe I'll just, play some games. I like FIFA, Red Dead Redemption 2, obviously. And I'll maybe just yap while playing some games in the future. Yeah, let me know what you think. See ya.